Hi everyone, I'm doing my practice for my speaking. And as many of you know, I used to be a speaker for the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund, and now I'm a John Maxwell speaker. So we have to think about our values and what values we want to keep and what values we want to hold. And I was listening to Pope Francis's speech this week, and he was talking about Africa is not there to be pilfered, basically, and used by companies. The reality is that all of us live in countries where our resources get used. Yes, people shouldn't be taken advantage of, but the African leaders also need to be challenged. And I'm not just saying this for me. I'm saying it because I have black friends at home when I went home, and white friends and Indian friends who all said to me, don't come back, because the corruption is so bad and things are going down so fast. If you come back here, you are not going to be able to come up. So I went back because I did want to look at opportunities, because things were not working out for me in Canada. I had no support from the family, no support from anybody. And it was, oh, try something else. We don't know what you're going to do. So I came back and I got my current position. And everywhere I went, it was, oh, you're overqualified or you don't have enough experience. So I'm grateful I've got a job. But you know what? If people can make the Catholic Church pay for things that happened hundreds of years ago, I think African leaders should also start thinking about compensating those of us who had our citizenships taken away, who were forced to leave the country, because they are running their countries into the ground and they can't keep blaming other people forever. Some of us came to Canada, we retrained, we got our qualifications, we worked hard, we did everything right, and we still can't come up. And that's our birthright. They took our birthright away from us, and you have the African leaders saying, no, Africa is only for Africans. So who is an African? Only somebody with a dark brown skin, and the rest of us are not Africans? We were born in that country, and things that happened, the colonization and all that, that's not our fault, but we get punished for it. When we immigrate to other countries, we get punished because, oh, you are an immigrant, you just came to this country, who do you think you are? When we want to go back, we can't go back. So the African leaders, I agree with Pope Francis's message. Let them do what they want, if that's the case. Because some of us have given years and years and years of our lives to help people in Africa. We've had no compensation, we've had no thank you, we've had nothing. We've done it out of the goodness of our hearts, hoping that things would get better. And then you have African leaders like Robert Mugabe, who said Africa is only for the Africans, meaning that it's only for the black people. There are a lot of Zimbabweans who are blacks, who are coloreds, who are Indians, who are living in Australia, who are living in England, who are living in other parts of the world, and we're not making the money we should be making. We're highly qualified, we're educated people, we're intelligent people, we're kind people, we're polite people. We don't get treated with any respect. I don't, anyway. So I agree with his message. Let them do whatever they want if that's the case, because this is not coming from me. It's coming from people who are living in the country, who are saying, don't come back. We're trying to get our kids out of the country and we don't want people to come back. I'm not denying it. Africa is beautiful. But if people want to keep hanging on to what was done hundreds and hundreds of years ago and making us pay, it's our generation that's paying into the church, that's donating to the church, that's giving to institutions. It's our generation that's giving our time, Gen X. And what are we getting in return? We're getting the same message over and over and over. Sanctions don't work. They've never worked, because those who have the money and the power work together to keep the innocent people down, to keep the ones who are not corrupt down, because like they say, one hand washes the other. One of my friends told me, you should just have an affair and get it over with. because you're too good. You're so good, you don't do anything, but you get tracked, you get followed. People say they're worried about you, and all this crap gets put onto you. So you should just do it. And I said to her, that's not me. If you want to have an affair, please go ahead. If you think that's the right way to live, please go ahead. I'm not interested. My values are my values, and I really don't care if people don't like them. The last attack we were promised is going to be the attack on the family, and it's happening. So more power to Pope Francis. I hope things work out, but don't count on us then to give our time, to give our resources, to give our money, because if you're going to keep punishing us for things that generations did donkeys years ago, I'm not interested, because we also suffered. We also had people, I had friends who bought mines and they got legal court orders that those mines were theirs. Then the African people came in and said, get off or we're going to kill you. I know people like that. So please don't give me your sob story. We also had people that worked on the railways. We also had people who were beaten, who were abused. And I am tired of it. The African leaders need to think about what they're doing. And if there are people there who are taking girls and kidnapping them, they need to really think about what they're doing, if they're allowing it. If it's priests in the church, they need to think about it. If it's nuns, they need to think about it. Because when you speak up, you get silenced, you get the police tracking you, you get people saying, we're worried about your mental health. For what? It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it's time the African leaders think about what they're doing. All those Guptas and all of them, they were all working hand in hand with the corrupt leaders. My friends have told me, all my black friends have told me, don't come back. Stay there in Canada. Don't come back.